Fnatic versus Na'Vi round 2 of this best of 3 fogged. First half of the draft looks close to a mirror match of what we saw in game number 1, but they changed things up moving forward, pulling out stuff like the Rubik, and then Fnatic with their trademark Medusa. And then, you know, we discovered that the Void might not be your typical Ohio Void, possibly, as they pull out the Magnus at the end. So Wombo Combo City, Na'Vi get their Bounty Hunter again, but also pair with the Chen Fog. What do you make of all this?
Let me just get situated.
I know you just got back. You know, you just got back. You're kind of dissecting everything, so I understand. Take a moment.
Still got my shoes on and everything. Look at me, I'm a mess.
You're so perplexed right now.
I'm a mess. So let's take a look. Though Na'Vi overall have a very ideal Na'Vi draft. Fnatic's is a little bit more bizarre from what we're used to seeing them play. I mean, the Medusa obviously and the Void are very staple picks, but the Magnus is one that I don't really see them play too often.
Look at the potential money that Na'Vi could be making. They could be like Scrooge McDuck in this game if things go their way. Track money, Alchemist money, the shekels are real.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see what the matchups are. Okay, so it looks like what Dendi's gonna be try to put mid versus the matchup, and did they get both wards? Because I see Ricky has 2 CS. So that one ward
that would probably lead us to believe he's been hitting something. Wards seem to be the likely thing here, as Fnatic are just kind of taking over with the early vision advantage.
Actually, can you click on the Rick again? So he got 1 obs and must have been 1 sentry because he has 25 experience.
Okay, Na'Vi are here, Fnatic are here. Mid 1 actually on the Magnus. I don't know if we took note of that. And he's taking a page out of Dendi's book. What he ran a lot during the past, Star Ladder 11, I believe. It was something else. Mid 1 looking to kind of be on the same pace here. While we see something a bit different for Dendi, I believe. Is he playing the Alchemist in the end?
No, Ditcherod's actually playing the Alchemist and putting Dendi in a 1v1 matchup, kind of, versus the Sand King, or versus the Void.
They're flipping the whole thing up, okay.
Interesting decision for their lanes. I really like this for Na'Vi. I just feel like this matches up so well for how they play. And I just, the Seneko Bounty Hunter and the Art Style Chen for me are just 2 big ones that just, these guys put so much pressure on the map with these 2 heroes.
It's going to be interesting to see what the Ricky wants to be doing here, because you see lanes like this where Ohio's just getting bullied back, but you have a Chen on the other side you want to keep tabs on, but they also have a Bounty Hunter who's going to be roaming around, so it looks like for now he is, you know, being right over the shoulder of the Chen.
Look at Art Style, he's like canceling his attacks over and over so he gets the full XP from the creep because he knew Ricky was lingering. That's actually pretty hilarious.
I mean, I'm sure he's played Chen enough to know when you go against a Ricky / Bounty Hunter, how he can fully optimize that kind of potential setup. But 343 will continue to stalk him a bit while Na'Vi put their advantage on the bottom lane. And it looks like for up and above, their general off-lane Mirana here, he's playing this a lot back at Dream League finals, and he was awesome on the hero, so it's kind of nice to see him back on the saddle, if you will, once again.
Yeah, it's just a hero that's guaranteed experience in the off-lane, and it's easy to rotate for with the Art Style and Seneko.
But then the other side, you have like a mid 1 Magnus.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Not a hero I've been seeing him play a lot of.
Don't think I've ever really seen him play it, so I don't really know how to feel, but I actually like the hero a lot right now. And the Empower build is actually pretty cool in mid. You have like 76 base damage. You can nobody can really contest versus you that well. And with the light little buff on, I think it was 25 increased range on your cleave from that last little small patch. Does help. Little things obviously always change up everything.
How much of a hero's Magnus, though, you can kind of just pick up and play? Obviously, for handing out empowers, you know, I could do that. But, you know, when you have to be kind of the possible initiator, the setup for your team, you know, should mid 1 just with his natural talent be able to kind of pick up and go with that kind of momentum?
At least a bit, maybe not to the extent of some other players. It looks like Seneko's trying to go for a courier snap again, but it's not there.
Meanwhile, bottom lane, we see Dendi feeling frisky here, moving in deep for Ohio, because he's got Art Style by his side, hits him up with the nuke. And can they burst him down? Caustic is going to be good enough. Dendi with the first blood, as Na'Vi will strike first in game number 2. Yep. Oh, arrow mid lane, connects for mid 1 here. Beautiful shot. No one suspects the roaming around off lane Mirana. Certainly not Fnatic. They get hit. That's 2 takedowns now suddenly. Rapid fire coming out from Na'Vi, picking up the pace and the momentum that they had for game number 1.
Smart from Seneko, walking in, tanking the skewer so he can be with the Magnus to get that extra little right-click damage. Void actually getting extremely pressured. Look at his CS. He's actually 0 versus the Sand King right now.
Man, you're right.
So
get that 1 CS right there.
Sneeko starting bottom, putting that small extra pressure on the Void with the sinking. He's just getting absolutely, crushed.
It's crazy to see that because you commit for a Chen and a Bounty Hunter. That's really just like a position where you feel like you have no natural supports to be bodyguards for the lane, really. But Navi just feel like winning almost all lanes altogether. Maybe General's not making the best in the top lane, but he's already made his presence to the mid and made an impact there, which certainly justifies it. So
yeah, and now he can actually stay in that top lane and actually put some pressure. Not by no means, of course, threatening the Medusa at all, but at least getting free experience, and that's all he really needs.
Yeah, which, Medusa will continue to free farm, which is one thing, but she is one of those nursing kind of heroes that does require a bit of a build up here. So it's not an immediate danger here for Navi. Plus, they have an Alchemist on their team. We can't forget the ditch your raw Alchemist here, who's always the big money grabber in the game. So it's something that Fnatic are going to have to keep in check here, which they might do now. Everyone running up for this 4-minute rune. Who's going to get it first? It looks like it's going to be Mid1 who snags it up, and they quickly blow up the Alchemist as their own response. Can they get a beautiful follow-up here for Sneeko? They're looking for it, but they have no way to get the catch after already committing with telekinesis. And that seems like it'll be the end of it.
That was bold by the Alchemist to go for that rune.
He was like, all he saw it look like was the Bounty Hunter. He's like, give me that Bounty Hunter now. Even when he was like, down to a third of his life, he didn't care.
Yeah.
He felt like just Sneeko by his side was going to be more than enough. Fnatic, though, they've played against an Alchemist a time or two, and they know how much he wants to get to those runes. And that's a good way for them to punish him and get themselves on the board. Don't want to let Navi run away with this early game and have people like your Bounty Hunter get to that track that much faster, but this is Navi's game. This is how they like to play it here. As Artstyle is looking up for another setup on this Void so they can further bully him. Since we checked on him last time though, Fog, he's gotten 5 CS, so it's 5 times more than what he had previously. Yeah, 5 times 0 is not
5 times 0 is 0. So actually infinite times as much. So
whoa!
Doesn't matter.
They actually swing and miss on trying to get a hold of Void on this one, but obviously could just turn this into some natural push on that tier 1. Navi would not mind getting rid of these tier 1s sooner than later.
Yeah, Ohio's really the main benefitter from the Empower, so it's a little worrisome that he's getting so crippled in farm.
Yeah, because you look at their lineup, it's not like they have that atypical, like, Ember Spirit, Jug, Slark, who loves to get the Empower boxing gloves, if you will.
Yeah.
But a lot of their heroes can really benefit it. Okay, Ohio's dead.
They caught him in the creep wave, I guess.
Yeah. They just got jumped.
Whoa, Mushi, you are way too far up
there's
right
a tier
now.
1 there above. Yo, you can't be so far south now, can you? We've been seeing this a couple times from Fnatic through this tournament. Maybe a bit of overzealous behavior, and Mushi's going to get punished for it. The Bounty Hunter game is real here from Navi, and he is continually on the watch. And that's going to pull Navi ahead 4-1. That was ambitious. I mean, they saw the pressure coming in the bottom lane. You see Dendi, you see Artstyle, you see all these creeps. I don't know if Mushi and Fnatic felt like that there were lots of Navi members all migrated towards the bottom half of the map and that Mushi could be comfortable there, but yeah, lesson learned.
That's just, you're a Medusa with like nobody even remotely close to being behind you in between a tier 1 and tier 2 when you're the highest net worth hero on the map. I just feel like that's like an unacceptable mistake there for Mushi. Like you give up way too much dying like that.
Maybe he took it upon himself to end his life sooner so he can get to this bottom lane. Apparently he makes the shift down here, side by side with DJ, gets telekinesis, and that's all they're going to look to go for from there. Artstyle steps in and says, don't think about it, but they find 343, and they just annihilate him right then and there. Happen to have that nice sentry on the ground that spots him out, and the Riki will get tagged. I don't know, I mean, in the previous game, the Riki presence really was just a bit of a non-factor just for how much that Navi were getting with like their Bounty Hunter and everywhere else, and having the sentries and the detection down could be a possible repeat here in game number 2. It's a smoke now though, as Fnatic are aware they still want to get some momentum going their way. But what do they have to wait for, Fogged? I mean, is it getting the blink on Magnus that they're really going to get their next big peak? Or at least just Chrono, I suppose, on Ohio if he gets to level 6?
More than likely, yeah, the blink on the mag. But oh, Mushi actually gets all 3 of Artstyle's creeps there, so that nice movement from Mushi actually dying and moving toward this bottom lane opens up Ohio to get some free farm in the top lane, so
that's true.
Not the worst, I guess.
But he's second lowest in net worth. He finally gets over 1,000 net worth.
Yeah.
Ooh. That is, you could not ask for a more difficult start if you're a Faceless Void. Oh, bottom lane, burrow in from Mushi, but it looks like they sent him back to base. It's like, I could have sworn there was a Sand King there. Mid-1 comes in, but it's a bit too late. He comes full force from the mid lane with an RP ready to go, but yeah, Navi not going to be hanging around to see it.
Yeah, they're going to be there to defend it as well, because like you were mentioning, Dendy's stunned and got sent home by the Chen. So he is there. He is halfway to his blink.
I don't think enough teams really take advantage of stuff like that. Navi obviously been playing a lot of Chen, so happy to, you know, unlike your Kunkkas where you can send them back to the base and refuel a bit. Then be happy to kind of hop on board with that. Burrow's right in for DJ. Does he know that two other Fnatic members are right then and there? It's not going to stop him. They get the quick, swift kill, taking out DJ, and now comes mid one. He's back. He's like, okay, there's action here now. He charges up forward, pops the RP, and says, I want Dendy blood, and takes him out. Man, he'd been waiting a while. It's like the first time mid one came in, he was disappointed nobody was there, and the second something broke out, he's like, I'm coming back, boys. And he was there just in time.
Yeah, good kill on the Sand King, but remember, there's still an Alchemist forming.
That's the sleeping dragon of the game, you know. Fnatic are like, okay, what kind of steps can we make on the other lanes? Good, we got to grab on Dendy, but got ditch your rod over here.
Triple stack, armlet, finished up. Max Grip with greed. Ooh.
Alchemist. And this, when you look at an Alchemist game, this is what you expect to see when we get close to 10 minutes. He's up there at the top, and that little bar is going to get whoop, like Pinocchio's nose is just going to grow.
You know what's pretty absurd though? Most of the time you see like a Mirana offlane, which you don't really see. Like if you would though, you would not see this. He is past his mid laner in farm. He is finding kills all over the map. He's part of 4 kills, and he's just pressuring, and he's level 8. What is offlaning Mirana?
He could have gone right for the arcane boots, as we see some Miranas do. He's skipping on shoes, keeping with the good old brown booties. And
General had a very different build than he did from others, but
I might have an idea here because he did just invest some money. I'm not too sure what it is, but
point booster, maybe
straight to the Ags, I guess. Just at least stopping off for the trusty point booster along the way. Gives you a good chunk of mana to work with, and of course health. So
I think when he was playing the offlane Mirana, he actually ran something different.
Gotta be careful if you want that point booster. He is able to get it. Jumps in, committed. Oh, don't you dare touch my career. General takes down little 343. The Ricky at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Get your point booster and get a kill like that right afterwards.
Just this is going almost too well for Navi right now.
Yeah. Fnatic's showing some life, but yeah, definitely
5K at 10
going
minutes.
quite heavily in the favor of Navi. But this is pre-track as well.
Oh, and Alchemist is farming. Gotta reach here. Energy has to be sent if you're a Fnatic fan, because they're going to need a huge mid-game impact here on the back of your big Magnus RPs, your big Chronospheres, and hopes that they can create the space and maybe even get some kills funneled the way towards Mushi so he can be a late-game force. But that seems like a good thing here, but this could be a nice start in the right way. No, Panda God is going to be committed by art style. He says, I will not have any of your assault. Pushes them off and avoids the trouble. General lobs out the arrow. Not going to find any target here.
Track is ready.
The track is ready, and there it begins to fly. He actually has low mana now, so can't do a whole lot more with the track, but Fnatic are all here. Full posse, ready to take down this tier 1. General still hanging around though under this moonlight shadow, as if he thinks that maybe with some assistance and some rotations, maybe Navi can do something, or maybe he's looking for a TP to cancel.
They just gotta delay this tower push. Like Alchemist is free farming in mid lane, Dandy's free farming in the off lane. He's almost got it. Or Ditcher almost has it.
Is he gonna get the denied? No, not gonna get it there. Medusa will snag it up, but as you were just talking about, Navi are doing strides of work elsewhere. Mid lane, Ditcher helps in claiming the tower. He's now got his mighty sacred relic now in pocket.
Blink on Dendy as well. So I mean, losing that tower you don't want to ideally, but getting this kind of trade-off is more than fine for Navi.
You have a blinking Sand King before the Void is able to kind of do his Void game, you know, with the Chrono and everything. And we already know, we saw in the last game, you know, General was actually the one playing the Sand King, but you can see what a Sand King can do versus the Void. He goes for an admirable setup, but then that's the Sand King waiting in the pocket and able to pull out the counterplay. We'll see if we're going to have it again. Meanwhile, bottom lane, is going to get netted up, commits in with the skewer and the RP, all for Chen, and Chen's like, no real problem here. But then he does go down. So General, though, jumps on in like a party, drops down the Starstorm, and quickly walks away with a double kill, making it well worth it for Navi, boys, in the end of the day. That's an RP committed to simply take down the one Chen, while, as you can see, what's turning into a quickly core Mirana is getting a lot out of this, and that's not the Blink debut you were hoping to make there, Dondo. Casual stumble over your Sand King toes, Ember Spirit, or not Ember Spirit, Epicenter.
Whoops. Yeah. That's okay though. That's not even that bad to expend. Like, sure, he hits nobody with and everything, but they got what they wanted. They got 2 kills already for General.
Serious?
And they've got Radiance and Eggs.
General is less than 500 away from Ags on his Mirana, his off-lane Mirana.
This guy's actually
Boots, wand,
a beast.
Ags. It's like, damn. All right, come on, Fnatic. We got to see what the recovery is here. Medusa hasn't gone down or hasn't been getting her hands in too much trouble. It is going to be the patented early Lincoln's build-up that I believe is a Fnatic specialty on Medusa.
Oh god.
Woo!
The Lincoln's though is not particularly good. You can just break it with track.
Yeah, it's not a huge Lincoln's game, but you know, for the stats. Meanwhile, there's a chrono. They will get Sonico down. Digit pops off the stun there, but Fnatic happy to claim any sort of kill they can.
Yeah, but it's not track kills or anything. It's these mag RPs are hitting one hero every single time to get one kill out of it, which is it's cool. It's nice. The same thing with the RP, the chrono, same thing. Just one kill every single time, but not really gaining an objective after that. Look, this tower's 3/4 HP. Ditcherod just throws an acid spray. That tower should be just fine, and he's just gonna go run around and farm while the rest of his team is also farming. Art style.
And a bounty hunter. You know, I'll just gladly bring together the farm of 2 or 3 towers while you try to take out one tower.
68. Yummy.
Yeah, he's off to an all-star start on his Alchemist right now. Oh! So Bingo's been spotted. 343 has been parked in that spot for quite a while, and he's not catching Pokemon. He's looking to catch a bounty hunter here. Pops out the dust, and he can't quite get the finish, and here comes the turnaround play. Denny, beautiful connection with a 2-man burrow strike. They're tracked up, and their money waiting for Navi if they can get these kills. There's a nice smoke, but it's not going to stop. The mid-one tries desperately to commit a defensive RP, but that's not going to be good enough either. It's looking like a possible disaster again here for Fnatic here, Fogged.
For me.
For Fogged, it's a disaster for Fogged. Fnatic, Dendy moving in. He wants even more, but it looks like they'll finally have to slow their roll. Navi up and above, 11-5.
Oof, all looking amazing for Navi. Like, the gold lead, every single fight is just benefiting them. They have all the key items that they want right now, and they're taking the fights and winning them quite heavily.
I feel like we've seen this before, just the last game. I noticed as bottom lane, they're making a jump from Mabuchi here, who's just trying to farm on forward, but he does have that get-out-of-jail-free card in the Stone Gaze to make it away. Just have to avoid the arrow, which he does. But
goes back for the Yasha. Okay.
He's going back for the Yasha. That's good. You might need to fight. I also noticed the Void got a... might be going to Mask of Madness, too. Yeah, taking most advantage out of heavy right-click damage, I suppose. Or it could be Vlad's, I guess. But he has no other Vlad's items, so who really knows in the end?
Yeah, more than likely the Vlad's, but he is so far behind that I don't even really know what he should be picking up.
I mean, I have seen Voids go Mask of Madness when they're just trying to get the most out of their right-click inside the chrono. Against a team like Navi right now, if you want to give yourself the amp damage, that could be a risky thing, but we'll have to see. Right now, Fnatic could be thinking about what plan B is, but look at this. They might get a nice little forgiving kill. So Nico, who's creeping on in, trying to scout out for Navi. Will be punished here, but I imagine Navi are going to be happy to kind of tank that potential gank from Fnatic, and in the meanwhile be able to dish out some tracks to at least get some extra vision. Uh-oh, we got Nappy charging up from Donto, who's on in, gets the burrow connection from Bushi, but did he bite off more than he can chew here? It looks like he may have. He ends up going down. Bushi barely alive, able to make it back, get away, while Ohio commits on forward with the chrono. Meanwhile, on the outskirts, mid-one pops off the shockwave, nuke damage. Can they get the finish for Dendy? Yes, they can. Suddenly we see Fnatic win a fight their way as they take a 3-for-1 trade.
That was over-aggressive for sure. I don't really know even why they were forcing that. They don't even have their Chen. I feel like that was just a very over-aggressive maneuver that they didn't even need to risk.
Yeah.
Maybe just getting a little bit too comfortable with the game.
But Alchemist is still farming.
Yeah.
There's always...
That's also why though. Like they didn't have the Alchemist, they didn't have the Chen there, and then he makes a very over-eager play. They almost killed the Medusa, to be fair, but still, going into all that, the RP wasn't even expended from Fnatic. It just came up a little bit after the fight happened, but
yeah.
Hey, look how much money they all got though. The Void now has Vlad's finished up with a Blade of Alacrity. They pick up a gem on the side of the Ricky. It's a big swing for Fnatic there.
And they'll take any sort of swing they can get. Still not out of this game yet. Looking to stay alive as we see General back in action. Obviously his Ags showing it off now. Doesn't want to bother waiting for the Alc on his. We'll finish out first and four right. 4-stat here for Dendy, mid lane, as you can see, DJ on the bad end of what looked like an arrow setup. And it's going to be a swift takedown there from Na'Vi, just punishing down the little support. But bottom lane, they're also on the objective path as they'll clean up a tier 1 tower. And options for doing the Roach become a little bit easier now for Na'Vi if that's something they're thinking about.
Ditch is accelerating just a bit too fast for Fnatic though right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's great for Fnatic if they can get a kill on him. He'll be so far in ahead that he'll have a huge bounty on his head, but I don't know if they have any sort of easy way to take him down without committing your RP chrono setup. And with Na'Vi, you know, you have Hand of God online. I imagine one of them is probably getting close to a mech on Na'Vi if it's something they're going for.
I think Chen had it already.
So, you know, that's something that they have to kind of bounce back from the wombo combo factor of Fnatic if they're not all caught out. But Fnatic feel like that this could be their time. And they smoke up and they go on the move. They're heading south, right into Na'Vi territory here.
I mean, Navi's perfectly fine with just farming in this game, it seems like. They don't really, they don't feel like the need to be pressured. You can just look at their positioning on the map.
Looks like they might find Chen here. It'll be a 3-man game for the support. Beautifully done.
Gets the back off, it's a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's got some survivability there. Are Na'Vi looking for a counterplay? They're thinking about it. They get mid one.
They're gonna get
Sniped
DJ
by
as
that.
well.
Oh god, this is not what Fnatic wanted when they made this kind of invade. Hoping to get maybe a swift pick on the prime target and then make it a way out, but they end up losing 2, and one is their precious mid lane core.
And 2 track kills. Is that a level 11 bounty or just a level 6 bounty hunter? Okay, so yeah, he's only level 6. Level 1 track, but still, small amounts is enough.
Yeah. And you can feel it though from Fnatic that they are recognizing that if Na'Vi want to comfortably, you know, autopilot this game and just take advantage of the economy game more so than anything else, you know, they're not going to win that kind of game. So Fnatic, you know, they want to make sure they can continue to go on the assault and try to somewhat dictate the pace of the game, or at least get some, you know, motivation and momentum back their way, but it's just not easy. Lincoln's is done now though for our Medusa.
Ricky needs to really watch his positioning. I believe he's the one holding the gem as well, so if Na'Vi gets a hand on that, it's gonna screw Fnatic over so hard.
He's currently doing some D-ward duty in the Fnatic jungle, but Na'Vi are also heading that way, so does have to be careful about that.
Dire's top tower.
Na'Vi,
Manta, Radiance, Armlet, 3k gold.
yeah, not even 20 minutes yet. That's pretty good.
I think that's pretty much on par with Arteezy's Alchemist from the other day.
He's got 3k gold. Yeah, this is crazy. Fnatic though, mid lane will look for an objective trade. Arrow connects on the void. Na'Vi begin to rotate in. Can they burst down this void? No, they got a smoke screen to stop Dendy from doing anything, and then they quickly pop up the Chrono here. Can they burst him down? Hand of God and the mech is going to be good enough to keep him alive and well, and now they'll look for the follow finish. Tracked up Ohio, set to go down, will go down. And meanwhile, they also clean up little DJ's Rubik. Now Mushi desperately slithering away. But they're going to get everybody here. Mid one says, get that hell away from Mushi, and shoves him to the low ground, hands over for his own life for Mushi, while Mushi is going to be able to TP away to safety, but Fnatic have already lost 3.
That's a rush.
From this skirmish. And as you mentioned, that means an easy road for Na'Vi and an easy Aegis.
Yeah, Acid Spray, press Chen creeps. 4,000 gold on Alchemist, so he's going to be able to get his full soul booster and on his way to that Octarine.
Poor Fnatic now. No.
They're gonna, if he gets his Octarine and then he gets that, like, Shivas within the next, like, 3 or 4 minutes, I don't think Fnatic can kill him. He should be happening.
Yeah, there hasn't been too many opportunities for this Alchemist to really get his hands dirty in this fight either, but by the time he shows up, he's going to feel like the final boss. When Fnatic can't even take out the mid-boss yet, it's just like, we have to deal with him as well. We're having a hard enough time juggling around this Chen, this pesky Dendy Sand King, and even General's Mirana seems just like such a huge impact hero, and whew, we'll miss the arrow on that one, DJ.
They're still going to chase him out.
Yeah,
they have the blink stun in a second. Do they continue with the
Big one's there. And once he sees him, he says, okay, I'm good. Quickly burrows the hell on the left-hand side. Oh, it's a solo RP. Mid one trying to connect with both him and Dendy, only going to get the one bounty hunter. A nice little kill, but not one to justify an RP that Na'Vi can now take advantage of.
Yeah, if they want to capitalize on it, they can. Don't even know if they really have to, though.
It's like, you can either move forward and capitalize, or it's just know that, okay, we don't have to worry about RP, let's farm.
Yeah, all right. Oh, yo, over here, Ditcha.
No, you're one win away
Don't do it, Dendy. Don't do it. I'm watching you.
He got it. Thank you. It's like, don't even look at that thing. If you want an Ags later, you don't touch that. But it actually looks like Denny's going to grab his own Ags. He's like, I'm not even going to wait. I got a point booster. You're going to give that Ags to somebody else. Give it to Chen.
Yeah, they can always like replace those items later on if the items does get given to them. But having them earlier is definitely better for their potential.
Ohio is parked inside the trees here, hoping to set up a good chrono. Waiting for the jump in from Dendy. Dendy, the already forced out, and Ohio getting caught right in the mix. I don't know if an arrow hit him or not, but he walked right into his stun or something.
What happened? I think it was an arrow, right?
Yeah, I think he left right into an arrow, and he goes down right away.
He had like a 2 or 3 man chrono, and then he just
it would have been
stunned and died.
Dendy also just forced out from that situation so quick. I don't even know if it would have been a big chrono, but anything would have been better than eating an arrow on the way in, though.
Yeah, Octarine now finished up for Ditchira. He's pretty much unkillable here. He doesn't even go for that plate metal. He actually picks up a gem for his team. So what a
feels
nice
like
guy.
it could be the beginning of the end here for Fnatic as Navi on that welcome mat in the mid lane here. Ditchira making his move in, going for the other big core on the other side. Medusa, Medusa. Slithers backing out.
Hits like a kid.
Throwing pillows right now at Navi.
Yeah, with the Octarine, it just makes it so hard to deal with this timing of push from Navi. It's only 23 minutes, and the way they're sieging is just Alchemist in the front line, full mana, full health, constant Manta throws. There's nothing you can really do to deal with this.
Yep, everyone's getting shoved back here. No easy road for Fnatic on this one. They're happy to lure out their Alchemist. He's not even the Aegis holder here. It's just they're happy to be that so damn meaty. Oh no! Again! You serious? What? Just ban this kid already. He seems to know where to arrow when they jump in.
He blinked into it. Oh no.
I mean, General had been just casually throwing those arrows down the lane. You know, the last time it killed a creep, this time it kills mid-one. That is just so unfortunate. Just like when you're Fnatic and you're just barely holding pots and pans of weapons, and you're just like, we gotta go in, and then you fall face forward. That is real unfortunate there. That cost them their mid lane racks, and Navi are just moments away from securing a step into the grand finals of a secret.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, 2 times in 2 fights is getting arrowed like that from 2 different people. Very unfortunate.
Okay, Navi, no, I don't want to say that they have no respect for Fnatic, but they're not giving them enough respect that they wanted to just easily pull out. They're waiting to see if even Fnatic overstep their movements here in the mid lane and just punish and end the game flat out now. Don't even give Fnatic the dream of moving into a 30+ minute game.
Oh, no way. There's no point. Navi can just steal the deal right here.
Here they go. Ohio tracked up early, so he's not going to be able to hide on the side for any sort of fancy chrono play.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Navi continue their siege. Tier 3 in jeopardy. Dandy decides to make the move. Jumps on in from Ohio. He gets taken down along with General. Popping on the Starstorm. Mid one says on our shot. You're right back in the fountain. You son of a gun! Trying to take him down, but he's got the Gumbo Scepter. And it keeps him alive.
Oh,
he actually walks out, and it seems like he may be able to live, but no. Finally able to bring down his nation. Meanwhile, an absolute chaotic fight to break out here on the back end side. It looks like they will be losing hard style as Bushi Company trek off one more. But Dandy responds with the epi and is able to quickly take down little Ohio on his buyback play. Mushi is going to be able to make it back into the fountain, but it's Fnatic like little sheep corralled into their pen. Navi, the shepherd, not letting him out, and they're going to ruin all of their fancy little base structures. All the meanwhile. Shove back onto Didia.
Oh, we got him back here, but uh-oh.
Yeah. Got the stolen cog, but it's like, did we bring him back to kill him, or did we bring him back to kill us faster? It's feeling like the latter, unfortunately.
Mushi's still very survivable though, but he doesn't really do that much damage with his build either.
Yeah, he's just it feels like a big creep slithering in there, unfortunately, for Navi. And they have bigger bigger things to kind of look forward to here as they crunch down the second set of racks here at the top of the lane.
Oh, 343.
Man.
Gets caught up again. Double start bomb.
General's like, thanks for the gem. Thanks for the racks. Fnatic has been a hell of a run here for Star Ladder I-League. And we do look forward to seeing them at TI, but it looks like the road here will end for now.
Yeah, it does really seem like this game's over. Just Navi's just gonna reset, pick up their items that they got from like that 10,000 plus gold swing that just happened in the last couple minutes, and just walk down the bottom lane and clean it up. It's not really too much of a shock to see this coming. I think Fnatic showed some signs of life and showed a lot of potential in this tournament, but Navi overall have played pretty remarkable here and have showed a lot of signs of development since the summit.
Yeah, and you know, these are, you know, Navi's looking like a pretty powerhouse team. Potential top 8 for TI, I'd imagine.
My favorite thing about Navi is they're not afraid to pick things that are a little bit like out of the meta right now, and not very generic heroes like Chen, the Bounty Hunter, which are kind of falling out of favor. Even the Sand King, they're the ones who kind of like brought it back for the most part when people have been picking the Timbersaw. So I'm really liking the way Navi's looking in these last few days.
Navi fans rejoice as they're back and hitting their serious prime again. When the meta feels like it really fits their style, the picks all seem to kind of line up perfectly with them. Happen to be on Radiant side when the early game seems to favor that. Here goes Fnatic's YOLO play here now.
Yeah, last effort from Fnatic.
YOLO play.
But then Navi knows.
Hello everybody. They just casually walk right into the middle of Fnatic. Are they even suspecting it? Oh, Kyle makes a jump. He wants to go for Dendy. Catches him with the photo here. Mushi trying to help out, but they don't have that firepower. They can't get it done. Mushi tries to fall for the stone gaze, or Navi getting caught out by it. Artistyle maybe forced to the low ground. No, he's actually just forced within the trees. They still spot him out, and they will still shoot him down. Meanwhile, mid one shoves General to the low ground now. Ohio in pursuit gets him off with the time dilation. Mid one surrounds Dendy. Fnatic might be able to get some good money their way, but Didyara, the big man, the beast here, is the one who's still standing strong, and he's happy to just shrug on forward. He's gonna chop on down little DJ like he's nothing, and then possibly look for the follow-up for more. Valiant effort from Fnatic to make a surprise play, but still the result is the same. It's Navi who come out the stronger team.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Haha, gotcha. Nice dodge.
Got him.
Got him. Last lap goes to Mushi in this game, though.
Still able to just break the high ground quite efficiently. Mushi now gonna get focused up. Lots of magical damage burst, but the mana shield absorbing everything. Yeah, everything. Survive for now.
He can't survive, I'll give him that.
Okay, he's fine. Yep, Navi just slow sieging it. Killing the Riki again with some minor spells, but yeah, this game is definitely sealed with the deal.
Ditcha will be the janitor to kind of clean up the remains here inside the base, but there is 2 racks that separate Navi from claiming the Megas. Got him that time. As we know, all we seem to do is turn from Fnatic, a team that is not quick to tap out. Will make Navi sweat it out to the bitter end. And just kind of take note of this, use this as a lesson learned moving forward. They had some great practice for considering Navi, you know, what looks like a pretty good chance of a top 8 team at TI. This is some great scrim, great practice, and a good way to get prepared. You know, there's only so many teams out there who can mimic the raw, quick, fast play style of Navi. There we go. Last practice to go down. Mid one has one last RP in him. Shoves back a couple of Navi members here, but tricks of the trade and everything else just don't seem to be enough. Ohio will get in there, and look at this. They get the Alchemist down. Love to see how much money they made off that guy. Megas 14, 15? Hard to see from here.
1400 gold for the Void for what? Was it just like a killing spear? Oh my god, look at that swing.
Casual, almost 7k gold swing off that.
Obviously,
nice.
it doesn't really matter because they are the megas.
Everyone give Mushi a rapier now. Channel it all to Mushi. Give him a rapier, give him power.
I think he needs a couple rapiers. But
Yeah, just sell everything you got, make rapiers. That'll be it.
unfortunate for Fnatic, but yeah, Navi's just looking at so commanding.
We're hoping for now the Navi Ultra Throw 322 to stay alive, but that was, as pointed out by our wonderful Obsmot, the last Rax down.
Oh, and Dundee did not go for the Ags, by the way. He went Octarine with that point booster.
Okay, he's expecting to get an Axe from the Alk then.
From the machine.
Who did he give the other Ags to?
Chen, yeah, the first one.
Okay. He should have a couple more by now, right? Oh, he did.
He's got like 5k gold, I think, on him, just in the bank.
Okay. So
Shivas would make him pretty much unkillable, but he can just buy his team Ags.
if anyone else wants another Ags and more net worth before this game is over, line up.
It's like, Seneko, do you want to be up here with us cool crew with your net worth, or do you want to be down at the bottom with the Dire?
He's like, I want to win.
I want to
End
win
this game now.
That's all that matters.
We have to get ready for Secret.
Ditya the machine.
What about from Secret's perspective? They're watching this game, they're seeing Fnatic get crushed. Do you feel like watching it's like, oh, Navi looked even more fierce today than they've looked through this tournament so far, or Fnatic look not as good today as they've been looking before?
I do think that Fnatic look a little bit worse than they were looking, but I also think that Navi, with their lane setups and just the way that their playstyle it just completely threw Fnatic onto a whole different level that they would not. I think they could have been a little bit more prepared for it, but just like the lane setups from Navi and just like their hero picks were just a little bit different than what they were doing the last few days, and it completely caught Fnatic off guard. Like the safe lane Sand with the Chen and Bounty Hunter just completely moving around. Like you can't really just predict these kind of things from Navi.
Mask of Madness. It's a bit late, but Medusa has one now. I know, like for pub Medusas and stuff, Mask is great farming item. You gotta remember that the mana shield deduction takes place before the Mask of Madness amplified damage, so you really don't take much damage at all, even when you use Mask of Madness on Medusa.
It's like the best farming build as a first class, so you're also very susceptible.
Yeah, not often shown in competitive play. Definitely not often shown late in competitive play.
Yeah. Catch Seneko.
Get Seneko. Get that back down.
At least you look good though.
Yeah, but everyone else comes back from that general left up and over the chrono and out the danger. And now it's going to be the final whistle here. They will be able to shrek them down. Bidwan gets off the big RP and a big charge. He charges right into his own demise, and that's going to be game. Fnatic and 5-man wipe there at the end, and even after the Megas, they wanted to fight it out. Now it's over. High fives all around. Navi have done it. They're going to be going into the grand final, and they will face Secret in a best of 5 coming up soon.
Yep, they look pretty good. They're happy. All of them